Welcome to AbilityMKE Now. So all about integration, bringing people with disabilities and people that don't have a disability together, enjoying life in the Milwaukee area. Abilities, and here at AbilityMKE Now, we dive into this topic of diverse abilities. The concept of disability is a wide abilities. We can be talking about physical or mental disabilities, the deaf and hard of hearing community, blindness, pain, mental health diagnosis, goals of substance use reduction, and the list goes on. We all have experience with disability, whether or with people we know or people we encounter in our daily lives. Here at AbilityMKE Now, we break down the barriers, celebrate the ability in all of us. I am excited to share a friend that is joining us this evening. Introductions. I think I'm going to have Emily come on in and introduce our first guest. So Emily, come on in.
Welcome everybody. So for our guest tonight, hails from this and has a Lone Star funded organization. So about business credit and lending and all that other good stuff. Why you come in here and say a little more about who you are, what you do, anything else you'd like to add?
Absolutely. Thank you, Emily. I think you did a great job. We do business credit and lending brokerages. So we try to help small businesses and business credit learn how to grow, utilize it correctly. And then, of course, we offer a wide range of lending solutions for small business and some startups to keep their businesses running and keep their dreams.
Awesome. And how long have you been doing?
So we're fairly new in the market, especially with the credit building software that we built. We just launched in December, and so my background before after I got out of the military, went back to school for accounting, and I've finance world ever since. And so I just felt, and it comes easy for me.
Excellent. So, this is your favorite part about what you do?
That's a good one, and I love this answer because it's seeing business owners being able to achieve dreams. That's kind of the benefit of this is we work with their business credit and we work on getting funding towards their business, which is ultimately growth for their business and obviously them to succeed.
Awesome. So actually, do you have any, I know you guys are still pretty new, but do you have stories you can share with us?
So I don't really have too many success stories, but I do have a customer that I'm working on a line of credit with that was able to get enough to his payroll on time for his customer, or not for his customer, but important because we want to keep our employees happy because
exactly. Yeah, you need to have all the pieces working together, and if they're not getting paid, work. So,
exactly.
That's huge. So I know we met through the Happy Neighborhood Project, I believe has all. So how have you been out and about amongst all the different groups out there?
Surreal for me, I'm not a camera, take pictures and that, just to do it and like see my face and all that has been something. It's some of my own anxiety. We're talking about those disabilities and anxiety that sometimes sets in, and so it's been good to I've been doing a lot more online because of that, and so that's really allowed me to reach not just my local community, but
awesome. And yeah, honestly, I'm a natural introvert more than anything, and there's a lot of activities that we've been doing. Gosh, in the last, I don't know, whatever, 20 years. Kurt and I have our fun with the water skiing community, and we actually do ski shows, which starting with that really got me way outside of my comfort zone because I love the skiing part. There's that whole thing of we're doing it for an audience. Oh my gosh, totally fire not happen overnight. That took for even I can totally get the we're all stepping outside our comfort zone and making a difference for people, and that it's not easy to do, but boy, it's rewarding, isn't it?
yeah, and for me, I think that's kind of my secret. Is I thrive in the high pressure, high, like out of my comfort zone. It's just I don't know the military in me if that's what they ingrained, to be in that high stress situations. But for whatever reason, when I get in these situations, it just clicks. It just makes sense, and it's so. And but that I have to force myself that okay, listen, it will make sense when we get.
I totally get it. That's awesome. I'm so glad you're here. And actually, I know we have another. I would love to have him join this conversation as well. And I think among us, we're going to have a lot to talk here. So actually, Emily, do you want to go ahead and do a quick introduction?
So our other guest here, so there's a veteran show here tonight, but out of California. He's called what we call affectionately called the Master Connector. So I'll let you come in here and say a little more about who you are, what you do, that kind of thing.
Thank you so much, Emily. Loved it. I loved it, lady. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Good.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I had to jump the power of Master Connected. Never know who I'm going to meet or what's going to happen. I had to jump on the phone here because my PC decided to update mode. So I said, oh, let me jump on here. So as a Master Connector, first of all, thank you, Emily, and too, for having me. As a Master Connector, I specialize in connecting business owners, entrepreneurs, and consumers with unique and innovative resources. I know that's a mouthful, so you say, but what is that? Well, ready to connect the network. Because of my Master Connector collaborations, I met some amazing folks and journeys along the way. The gentleman you just had, Jared Smith, just incredible. He's amazing. I love to give what they call collaborative networking, and Mr. Jared Smith here, like the veteran, and as he shared, so am I. And as veterans, going on in the past 24 hours, and we just roll with the punches. And he was actually humble, but he was my first guest on the show. You may know her, Emily. Part of this, it's a connector. Sometimes I was known as MC Holmes. So that was the first show today. I saw it, just incredible. I am humbled to be here because the ability to take those who are around passions. And my wife suffers mental illness, so eradicating poverty, in mental health stigma, and educating financial literacy. My why, that's kind of maybe why I do what I do. I do disability community, both physical and mental, have amazing gifts, have amazing talent, and I'm here to just learn what they are so I can yammer out to the world. Yeah, thank you. for Emily and Sue for having me. And Jared, I salute you, my brother. One better to another. We take care of our own. And yeah, it's back to you.
Excellent. Yeah, that is one thing that we talk about a lot on here is our abilities. And there's a good friend of ours that he's a wheelchair user. He's been on here over the years multiple times, and he ingrained in my mind the whole idea of look at my ability, not my disability, and that we all have our own strengths, right? And we all do the best we can with those things that are not strengths. And it's different for everybody, and that's part of what makes life fun. Right? We all can mesh in ways. Being the master connector, you can the different strengths that people have and be able to connect people in ways. I absolutely love that, and that you guys had earlier just today. Tell us a little more about that.
So I would really like to give a quick testimonial on Alan, and we were kind of bound off this podcast doing this morning. Alan invited me on, which I was humbly honored to do. But this guy, he has so many connections. It's crazy. And when you think master connector, okay, maybe he's got some business connections. Maybe he's got. Well, we were talking about he's got a love connection. You know, help connect love. You know, and I'm like, man, this guy does for anything. And so that I think if that ain't a testimonial for him, I don't know what is.
Awesome. And with the day being Valentine's Day, how perfect is that?
Right.
Love it. And and actually, you have to do us a favor and give some love to your significant
Business and credit, yeah. Jared's story. It's amazing because he was humble. He thanked me for being my first guest, and I said, "Man, it was just off the cuff, or we just let it flow, and then it rolled into, our posting groups that we have on LinkedIn that we can have individuals who, regardless of their ability, and approve them and let them in and let them post and share. You have to play nice, but about saving 22 February next week with Zach Clayton and the incredible Project Die Hard. That's the beauty of it. It's not our connect. We named it, and it was help from Mr. Kirk with his talent, skills. This man knows how to operate in various ways, and of course, some technical difficulties. We were in another room but family questions they rolled with the best of them. So it was just a very innovative. Stay tuned for the next hint. We're looking for next guest for next week. So anybody with skills, talents, ideas, something to yammer or they want us to yammer about, that I know that's a long answer, Sue, but yeah, it rolled with the best. And of course, just know that at the end of the day, we're humble. We learned about sort of abilities just coming up Saturday, and then and the disability channel with the incredible Sue Roscoe. So yeah, we talked about it all. So I guess what I'm saying is days within. If you show up, we'll let you your vision. At the end of the day, those dreams that are kept to themselves. My mother always said, "Well, using in a day of love." Trying to market what thing is like winking at winking at a girl in the dark. Nobody knows what you're actually doing except you and the you know, so, just have fun. So thank you so much.
Awesome. I love it. So, Jared, I should ask this. Do you end up finding yourself kind of in an educational type role with clients, with people that you work with?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, because I mean, it's surprising how many businesses don't really understand their business credit, and then you get into the situation where they're intertwining their personal credit with their business credit. We, you know, the best example is we got a guy that right now who is doing $10 million in business, but he's structured as an LLC, and he's got everything intertwined with his personal stuff. He's struggling buying a house, $1 million, but because of it makes it difficult. So yeah, I find it on doing the right things, you know, and so I end up giving away probably too many beats, but you know, and at the best interest of the and that's my true calling.
Awesome. Yeah, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that are trying to make extra money on the side, have their own little small. Yeah, that is the natural thing to just end up having everything intertwined. And I don't even know where to start. What I know I've been doing a lot over the years to have someone like you around that knows at what point do you pull things aside? Do you do that from the get-go or further down the road established, or what do you have any insights there?
Absolutely. So I always tell people to do it from the beginning. I mean, you know, you want to do it early on, and you want to get it separated, because there will be some times, especially in the beginning, where you have to rely on your personal credit. But if you're using the business, the loan, or you know, you're going through the business, it doesn't show up on your personal credit. You're using your personal credit to fund the now that shows up on your personal and it's not, you know what I mean, it's like counts against you as debt, where if you're going through the business and you're getting business loans and stuff, that doesn't count as an individual. And so those are where it's kind of, you know, is the difference. And so that's where you start from the beginning and keep it between business and personal.
So much sense. You know, having those insights is huge. So thank you for sharing that.
And I mean, some of it does sound easier said than. Let's be honest, you know, and I'm not saying that you know, I think we've all probably started a business using our personal, tried to have to fund some of it through our own personal stuff. It's okay, but you know, the idea should be to try to as separate it as possible. That way, there's so much more to that. Like when you're getting ready to sell, when you're getting ready to you know, and get funding, there, that's why you want to keep everything separate.
Gotcha. Excellent. Oh, excellent points. So my mind's actually going back in another direction here. So I know there was comment before about a little bit of going outside and doing this type of like with the working that we often are doing through. So I'm just kind of curious with you guys both. So that pushes you so that you are willing to go outside that comfort zone and to be able to get out and do the things that you do.
I think you know, which of course they, but I can't sit still, and I hate being, if that makes sense. And so yeah, you know, I work, and I still help this nonprofit. I'm doing homeless veterans, and I loved it and loved doing it, but there's not a whole lot of progression there, and I know this, and they know this, and so it's I need something else, and I want bigger dreams, and I grew up with an entrepreneur father, so I always saw my parents be entrepreneurs, and so to me that's always that driving factor, as well as being an entrepreneur. And then of course we don't believe in failure, and so you know what I mean. You just got to make it happen. And it's I guess the thing. I For me, I've constantly had to deal with things throughout. When I exited the army, I medically retired, so I lost a lot of usage in my arm due to an airborne injury, and so for me, that was a lot of difficulty, because I had to rely on my wife a lot more on things that were man tasks around the house, and we joke now that my wife's now the muscle um, of the family, because I still have to rely on her to help me, and that, and so I think some of that's also there as well, knowing that I've had how to deal with that, and learn that I have to let myself help me, learn to let other people help me, and I have deal. So that's what constantly doing.
For sharing. Alan, how about you? What motivates you with all of the connections?
Well, to be honest, I'm gonna earlier that when things are the wildest in the mind, it's hardest that you just gotta keep soldiering on. For example, the earlier today when I had a conversation, I remember it's been a whirlwind, great news and ups and downs. I actually had with Jared, really needed him, kind of a dark side situation with a fellow veteran, and then one of my closest friends passed on. He had a kind of mild heart attack and didn't make it. But the ability of always helping people, I said, you know what, his legacy must move on. So it gave me a very calming piece. And again, love, it comes in different ways. Just love for the family, and they love their significant others, but business partners and those who left us, they're looking down on us in love and strength, and make them be but it's about we. And his passion for what he believed in and was to give more than in himself. One of my associates online one time said, always leave someone better than you found. And I'll share Allison. Allison was an incredible giving soul in Los Angeles. And his legacy will always be with me, and the passion and projects I'm doing, because not a veteran, and national. I went through some big times back in the way days. He served in law with at one point, and just incredible. So my heart, with family and friends and church, and I continue his legacy. Again, it's a long answer, but that's what I do, is because when those are no longer with us, are surrounding us, we have to keep their vision and their successes and failures close to our heart, so we can continue to support those no matter what ability or challenging or obstacles they're going through. I was a 13, even though I talked to some Marines, and they do the hurrah, and our soldiers, we're Army, we're different. We all one big, making sure we take care of each other and never leave.
Excellent. So I'm going to give you a curveball question now. And I know one thing that we tend to do here on the show every so often is ask a very random but very practical question. Favorite flavor of ice cream?
Oh, strawberry.
Alan, what was yours?
Strawberry.
Strawberry. Excellent. Jared?
So this is gonna sound, I don't know, you guys may not understand it, but we have what's called two-step here, which is like a combination of cookies and cream and cookie dough. Yeah, and so yeah, so they call it the two-step down here, and so yeah, I would have to say my favorite.
Oh man, you just melted me right there, because that any combination of actually peanut butter cup, Oreo, and cookie dough, anywhere in there, and that's my favorite. Your mind, any message would be what to share your heart here with where we're at tonight. So, and it doesn't have to be that long, but I'll go ahead and open that up.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll kind of go with the theme of Valentine's Day, and just make sure you at least say that you love them. It's may not mean much.
Excellent. Oh, I love that. Alan, how about you?
Keep your loved ones close. Love all of them, including the little furry one, because they need love as well. So my dog, he looked at me and said, "Hey, I'm me. So what can I get a hug too? So hug your pet."
Thank you. What's on your mind yet tonight?
Just thank you, Jared, and Alan, for coming on, and just be a family. Ever since it was family Valentine's Day, great family and friends. Yeah, be in touch with friends and friends and the people you love the most, because someone's not going to be around anymore, whatever. But yeah.
Absolutely.
One of our friends has introduced the word family to us, the friends that are close enough that they become family, and it's a wonderful thing. I love that whole idea, that whole concept, and I know with both of you being veterans, that thank you